Welcome to Mahjong Central. My name is Michelle. I'm going to play Siamese Solitaire for American style using National Mahjong League rules. If you don't know how to play Siamese Mahjong, there is a link below the video to the lesson playlist. And if you're new to American style, there's a link for the lesson playlist below the video as well. In this video, I'm going to play for two players. Two hands at one time for two players. And you might think, how am I going to keep track of everything? Well, let me show you. I have all my tiles out and they've been mixed. They're behind the riser here, back here. And I have just a little helper. And you can just use a notepad or some way to keep track of east and south and then north or west and north. East is going to be playing here, and then south will be playing here, west will be playing here, and north will be playing here. And then when they put their exposures out, they'll put them out on the rack like this. So east will put their exposure here, north will put their exposures here, and west and north. Just as long as you can keep it straight. Maybe you could even use stickers to help if you need to. All right, here we go. So east gets 28 tiles. East and south, I should say, because we're playing two hands at one time. And east always starts by discarding. So 28 tiles. There's their tiles. Now, west and north will get 27 tiles. There we go. Okay, there are the tiles for west and north. Now let's put up the tiles for east and south. Okay. All the tiles have been just left open. Kind of like a domino boneyard. We're not building a wall. We don't need to. We'll just pick randomly. So let's start with east and south. I like to put all my jokers up on the top, followed by flowers and then winds and dragons. And you can mix this up if you're playing with somebody else who can maybe get used to how you arrange your tiles. But since I'm by myself, this is how I like to do it. Okay. All right, there's what we have to work with for east and south. So what I would do here is identify the multiples. We have a pair of green, a pung of one, pair of ones, pair of sixes. Okay. I'm thinking maybe like numbers with greens. Like numbers with greens, maybe even a quint, or like numbers with flowers. And then down here, we could play 6, 7, or 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's save all the 7s and 8s. 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8 with 7s in the middle. There's all kinds of things that can be done, but I want to build around these multiples. So I would say that these would be the discards. We could maybe play a 3, 6, 9 as well. Instead of consecutive, play 3, 6, 9. Actually, it'd probably be better to do 6, 7, 8, 9. And that way we can hold the 3 and maybe switch to a 3, 6, 9 as well. So that's what I would do for east and west. Now, or east and south, sorry. For west and north, let's see what they have. Okay. Oops, let's put these in order. Pair of white. Here's a 3, 5. Pair of 4s, pair of 6s, 1, 3, 5. I'm thinking they could play a 1, 3, 3, 5. So let's go ahead and put the winds over there. I don't know if those can be used. Let's put these up here and put these down here. 1, 3, 3, 5. And then we have multiples up here now. Let's see what we can do with these multiples. If there's anything, let's see. So we have 1, 3, 3, 5. That would be 1, 3, 3, 5 would be the second hand down under the odds category. And then for this one up here, they have no flowers. I was thinking they could do something consecutive maybe, or they could do maybe even 4, 5, 6 with 5s in the middle. Maybe that would be better. 1, 3, 3, 5. Let's see here. Maybe they should play a year hand instead. We don't have any 2 here though. And this is the wrong combination there. They might be able to play something consecutive. This is a pretty nice setup though here. They would actually be set right here. They just need to Kong the 4 and the 5, 4 and the 6. This hand is set. So I would do that. As far as the next one though, this is the problem. We could use, let's see here, the joker for the 5. I mean, that's going to be a bit of a challenge, but they could still play 1, 3, 3, 5 and use jokers. Maybe they could even draw the 6 and the 4 and use this joker down here. We'll have to wait and see. But they do have a little bit of joker bait. So that's what I would do here. 4, 5, 6 with 5s in the middle. 1, 3, 3, 5 for north. Then this one would be like numbers, and then down here would be something consecutive or 3, 6, 9. So we'll start by having east discard. They don't need any of the winds, so we're going to throw an east and draw for west and north. They drew a 9 crack, which is not a good tile for them. Let's go ahead and get rid of the winds, west. And now we're going to draw for east and south. They drew an 8 crack. If they're playing something consecutive, I would hold that. Anytime I'm in mixed suits, I would hold every 6, 7, 8, 9 in this case, or 3, 6, 9 until we run out of discards. So I'm going to discard a south, and then we're going to draw for west and north. They drew a 1 dot. That's a keeper. If they're playing 1, 3, 3, 5, let's discard the north. It's evident that nobody wants wins. So now we'll draw for east and south. They drew a 3 dot. Now that might help them play the 3, 6, 9 hand. We're going to throw the west. They still don't have to pick a hand till they run out of discards. We're going to go ahead and draw for west and north. They drew a 2 crack, which is not a keeper. So now we have number tiles all to get rid of. None of these are going to be helpful for this player. So let's go ahead and discard a 2 crack. Nobody wants 2 crack. So we'll go back to east and south drawing. They drew a 6 dot. That's a keeper. If they're playing 6, 7, 8, 9 or 3, 6, 9, we still have discards. We don't have to pick a hand. Let's throw the 4 dot, and we will now draw for east or west and north. They drew a south. That's not a keeper. We'll throw it and go back to drawing for east and south. They drew a 4 dot. That's not a good tile for them, so we'll throw a 4 dot and draw now for west and north. They got a 2 bam. Discard. Drawing for east and south. Okay, they got a keeper. Now they have another multiple here to work with, 6s and 8s. So I think that a consecutive hand is going to be best. They still have tiles to discard. Let's throw the 4 bam. So that was east and south discarding. So west is going to claim that discard. So they're going to put their exposure up here and take the 4 bam. And now they're going to discard a 7 crack. And it is now east and south's turn. 2 bam, not a keeper, discard. Now it is west and north's turn. They drew a 4 dot. That is not a keeper. We'll discard a 4 dot and go back to east and south. They got a 9 dot. That's a keeper. And now we'll discard a 5 crack. 5 crack. So now they have no discards. They're going to have to pick a hand next. We're now, though, on west and north, and that 5 crack can be useful here. Let's go ahead and take it. They have to use these jokers. They're going to have to hope for either a 4 bam to get that joker back or draw a joker for the 6 bam. Let's take the 5 crack. I'm going to put it towards or up here on the bottom. So you got to keep your exposures separate. West is putting their exposures on top. North is putting their exposures on the bottom. So I have that exposure now for north, and we're now going to discard a 9 bam and draw for east and south. Discard. They still don't have to pick a hand. We'll draw now for, oops, let's see here. Drawing for west and north. 7 crack, that is not a keeper for them at all. We'll throw it and draw for east and south. They drew an east. Nobody wants the wins. We'll draw now for west and north. They got a 1 bam. That's going to be joker bait. And then discard an 8 bam. Now we will draw for east and south. They got a 7 crack. That's a keeper. They're playing 6, 7, 8, 9, or 3, 6, 9. We now have to pick a hand because there are no discards. So to build around the multiples, we're just going to do a reassessment here. We have 6s and 8s. They actually could play a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand, but all the 2s, the 4s are up here. I think a 2, 4, 6, 8 is not a good plan. I'm thinking 6, 7, 6, 7, 8 is one option, or they could do 6, 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's start throwing all these away. I'm not sure if there's a, If there's a 369 opportunity, we'd have to throw away a pair. So I would still hold the 369s as an option. Let's go ahead and get rid of the 7 dot. So that was east and south. Let's draw for west and north. They drew a red. That's not helpful. Red. Now we're going to go back to east and south. Okay, they got a 9 dot. That's a keeper. So they're playing 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. Let's keep the 3, 6, 9 options and go ahead and discard these up here. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll throw the 8 bam and draw for west and north. They got an 8 bam. I just threw that and nobody wanted it, so we'll throw it. And now we'll draw for east and south. They got an 8 crack. Okay, let's see here if we can use that, because they have now a pair in there. Anytime you get a pair, you should reassess. Even if you have a plan in mind, still reassess. In this case, I don't think it's going to help, because they threw away the 8 bam. There's 2 8 bams, 3 8 bams out. So I don't think that's going to be helpful. Let's go ahead and throw the 7 crack though. We'll go back now to drawing for east and north. Oops. Now they have a pung of whites. I don't think that is going to be helpful. There is one hand in the odds category with dragons, but it's with a pung, and we have a Kong here. So this is not helpful. Let's go ahead and throw the 9 crack, and we'll go back to east and south. They drew a green dragon. That's a keeper. Maybe they could switch to a quint. They should have kept all those wins. All right. Nonetheless, this is not helpful. 8 crack. So we're going to draw now for west and north. They got a 6 crack. That's not helpful. Discard. And we will now draw for east and south. They drew an east. Maybe we could switch to a quint now that we have all these jokers and the green dragon. Who knows? Let's throw the 8 crack. Let's see how many wins are out. We have 1 north, 2 east, 2 west, and 2 souths. If they get a north, they might be able to make a quint work. Okay, so I discarded, and we are now back to east and north. 7 crack, not a wanted tile. We're going to go back to east and south now. They got a 6 dot. Okay, time to reassess again. Here's 3, 6, 9. Here's a 6, but we have no 3 bam. I think we're just going to have to hold that for joker bait. Let's go ahead and get rid of... We'd have to throw away a pair too. Let's leverage the pairs. So let's throw the 9 crack. That's already been discarded. And we'll now draw for west and north. They got a 9 bam. That's not a keeper. So now we'll go back to east and south. They got a flower. That's a good tile for them. Maybe. I think maybe the quint was a long shot. We should give up on the quint. Still, let's throw the 3 dot. And now we will go back to west and north. They drew a 6 dot, not a keeper. We'll discard that. They're not playing 3, 6, 9. They're going to play something consecutive, so we don't want that. As pretty as it is, it's not helpful. Don't take an exposure just because you can. Don't be tempted. Okay, they got a west. There's already 2 wests out, and there are 2 easts out. But still, we don't need these tiles here. Let's throw the 6 crack. And now we're going to draw for west and north. They got a flower, which they don't need. Let's get rid of it early because they're not using flowers for any of their options. So we're going to discard it early. Now this player might be able to take it. I think though they're playing flowers with ones and greens. They need, yeah, they're going to have to get rid of this. So that flower is not needed. You only need a pair of flowers for the like number hand. Okay, now, so that they west and north discarded, so we now can draw for east and south. They got a 7 dot. I don't think that's going to be helpful. Let's just put this in here. Let's get rid of the 3 crack. And now we can draw for west. Now west needs that 3 crack. We're going to pung it. So we'll put that out there and discard an 8 crack. And now we'll draw for east and south. They got a 5 bam. That's not a keeper. We'll discard a 5 bam and draw for west and north. They drew a 6 dot. That's not a keeper. We will now draw for east and south. 5 bam. Nope. Discard. Now, how many 5 bams are out? There are 2 5 bams out. They still need a 5 bam. Their hand is still viable. We're going to draw for west and north. 7 dot. That's a discard. So this player here is probably playing 6, 7, 8, 9. They're hurting. So we need to draw for them. They can't take that 7 dot. There's nothing they can do with it. Okay, they drew a red. That's not a keeper. And now we're going to draw for east and north. 3 bam, not a keeper. We'll go back to east and south. They drew a 9 dot. That is a keeper. So here we have 9 dot, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. Right here, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's go ahead and throw away the 6 dot. And now we're on west and north. They got a 5 dot. That's not a keeper. Discard. And go back to east and south. 2 dot. Discard. And now we'll go back to east and north. 3 bam. Discard. Going back to east and south. Flower. Now they're really close to winning that like number hand. Let's still just get rid of the 7 dot. This player up here threw a flower, so that is probably a safe tile. If they're throwing it, they don't need it. So we're going to go ahead and draw for west and north. 2 dot. Discard. Now we're going to draw for east and south. They drew an 8 dot. That's a keeper here. Let's see here. We need a 1. We need a 1 and a green. We can use this joker down here. We need to get rid of that flower eventually. Let's throw the 6 dot. And now we'll draw for west and north. They got a 2 crack, not a keeper. And we'll go back to east and south. Oh, there's an east. They could still maybe play that quint. Oh, that's so tempting. Let's throw away the west and go back to west and north. They got a 4 crack. That's not a keeper. And we're going to draw now for east and south. 6 crack. Discard. West and north. 7 bam. Discard. Back to east and south. Joker. So let's see. Let's give up on the quint idea, as tempting as that is. I think they're ready to win on... No, not quite. We could use all the jokers to help them win. Let's just go ahead and get rid of these tiles, though, here. One bam. It's not needed anyway. West and north. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wow. We'll throw away the one bam. Oh, that's too bad. They can't use all those. They're already committed to the 1-3-3-5 hand. We're drawing now for east and south. They got a red. That's a discard. Now we're going to draw for west and north. They got a 3 bam. That's a discard. Going back now to east and south. They drew in a north. Let's throw the 1 bam. West and north's turn. They got a 9 bam, discard. Back to east and west, or east and south. Eight bam. That's not a keeper. West and north. 3 dot. That is a keeper. 1, 3. They need a joker. Let's throw away the 1 bam. East and south. They drew a flower. Now look at all these flowers. Let's get rid of the north. And now we'll have east and north draw. 2 dot. That's a discard. And we'll go back now to east and north. 2 crack, discard. West and north. Did I say east and north? That's east and south. Okay, 4 dot, discard. So now it is east and south's pick. Another joker. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we can use that down here. 6 bam, 7 bam, 8, 9. Let's get rid of the east. They might even be able to do a double Mah Jongg. We still have tiles to get rid of, though. Okay, so now we're back to west and north. 7 dot, discard, 7 dot. So there's probably about a half a wall left. We're drawing now for east and south. 2 crack, that's a discard. And now we're going to draw for west and north. 7 bam, that's not a keeper. We're going to throw it. 7 bam, and it is now east turn. East and south are going to take that. South's tiles go in the back, bottom. So now they have an exposure out. We'll throw away the east. And now it is west's turn. They drew a 9 crack. That's a discard. So now we'll go back to east and south. They drew a north. That's a discard. And we'll now draw for west and north. 4 bam. They get their joker back. Nice. Now let's get rid of the white. Okay, and now it is east and west, or east and south's turn. 5 bam, that's a discard. 5 bam, this player's dead. This hand is now dead. And I don't think there's anything they can do. They need to focus on this hand down here, so we're going to leverage that joker there. Okay, so this hand is dead. I don't think there's anything they could do at this stage. All right, we're going to just focus now on, oh, I forgot to change that. Okay, so it's east and west draw, or east and south. East and south draw. They just threw away, oh, no. We just threw away a tile making this player dead. So we're drawing now for west and north. 7 bam, they can exchange for a joker right here. And they needed it too. So we'll throw a white. Okay, so we just threw away a white dragon for this player here, so it is now East and South's turn for drawing. They drew another flower. Goodness sake. Let's just see if we could play. I'm just thinking, man, they're like one away from 6 flowers and all these. But they're still one away from that. I think we have to throw it because they're ready to win here, or they're one away here too, actually, because they need to Kong the ones. No, let's see. Yeah, they're still one away. Either way, let's see. We have 3 discards that way and 3 discards this way. This is a higher scoring hand, though. Let's switch to all flowers. Let's throw away the green dragon. This is a higher point hand. So let's play that instead. Discard the green dragon. So now we're going to draw for west and north. We just threw a green dragon. Did I say red? Okay, 9, bam. That's not a keeper. So we'll now draw for east and south. They got a 2 dot. That's a discard. We'll draw for west and north. Discard north. Back to east and south. South, that's a discard. Now we'll draw for west and north. They got a red dragon, that's a discard. And we'll now draw for east and south. 3 crack. 3 crack. 3 cracks are out. We'll throw it. 3 crack. And we're drawing for west and north again. There's a green dragon which was just thrown, so that's a safe tile. All right, now back to east and south. 4 crack. There are no 4 cracks out as in exposures. And we'll go ahead and discard 4 crack and draw for west and north. They got a 5 dot. So this hand up here is dead. There's really nothing they can do. We'll throw the white. Nobody wants it anyway, so that would be a safe discard. So let's draw for east and south now. 2 bam, discard. And now we will draw for west and north. 1 crack, that's a discard. Or we could throw the white. Nobody wanted the white. Let's go back to east and south picking. They got a flower. Now they have their 6 flowers. 1 crack, 1 dot. They need either a 1 crack or a 1 dot to win. Let's throw the green and draw now for west and north. They got an 8 dot. That's a discard. We'll draw for east and west, or east and south. Sorry. There's a west. We'll throw it. West. And draw for west and north. They got a keeper. Actually, that's Mah Jongg for them. Right here. They have a 3-5 back here. Here are their 3s. And here are their 5s. Right here. So they're going to declare Mah Jongg. 1, 3, 3, 5. And now they need to discard. Let's see, is there anything they can do? I don't think so. They have a Kong of 4 bams out, and there's only 2 more picks. There's no way they can win. So how many 1 cracks are out? It really doesn't matter. They just need to play defensively. The 5 bam is the tile that made them dead. We're going to throw that. And now we're going to draw for east and south. 8 crack, discard. We're going to draw now for west and north. They drew a 6 crack. Oh, it just pains me that they can't do anything. Okay, 6 crack. We'll just keep playing defense here. That's what I would do in a real game. So that's part of this process. You have to play as if you're really playing the game. We're drawing for east and south. They drew a 9 crack. That's a discard. and we're going to discard now and draw for west and north. They got a 4 crack. That is a discard. So we're going to draw for east and south. 4 crack, that's a discard. And we'll draw for west and north. They got a 3 bam. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, who knows? 5 crack. Oh, yeah, there's a 5 crack out, but once a hand is declared Mahjong, the jokers are written in stone. So it is now going to be west turn. They drew a 2 bam, that's a discard. And now it is west and north's pick. They drew a flower. They're going to discard a joker, same, and the game is over. So I really thought this player was going to win, but they could not get any of their tiles. Look, it's right here. That would have been the winning tile for this hand. And this player had to switch to defense because their pair made their hand go dead. So in the end, let me just put this up here. This is the dead hand. This is the only winning hand for north. 1, 3, 3, 5. So this player would pay this player for one 25-point hand. This player just couldn't do it. That's kind of crazy. You know what? They could have declared Mahjong. I didn't even think about that. They should have declared Mahjong. Oops. There's a lot to keep in mind here. That player could have declared Mahjong with that joker. I kept focusing on the like number hand and using that joker to make them ready. But this other hand was a winning hand with that joker, and you've got to keep your eye on that when you get down to the end of the drawing. Before that last pick, declare a hand if you can. I didn't even think about it. Learn from my mistake. That's one of the reasons why I do this video, all these videos. I'll share my experience and share my mistakes. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, click subscribe. Click that bell too. Once you subscribe, that way you'll get notification when I post new videos. I don't want you to miss out on any opportunities to learn from my mistakes and some of my experience. I've been playing for a very, very long time. And I hope to hear from other viewers who play this game. I still have much to learn, I'm sure. So hopefully we can grow this community. Between now and the next Siamese Solitaire for American style, using National Mahjong League rules, may all your picks be keepers.